I need to leverage the cloud's infinite scalability to achieve longer retention periods. Milestone, with Tiger Technologies' surveillance bridge for XProtect, allows me to easily extend my local storage to the cloud provider of my choice. What you're seeing here is the playback tab of the Milestone Smart Client. Out of the box, XProtect uses red and pink colors on the timeline to indicate motion recordings and other recordings. By adding blue to the timeline, Tiger provides me with real-time visual indication that my recordings are no longer stored locally, but in the cloud. Surveillance Bridge seamlessly extends the capacity of my local storage to the cloud provider of my choice. It gives me full control over how much data stays local, how much is stored in the cloud with immediate access, and how much should be stored in an archive tier, allowing me to optimize my spend based on access pattern, retention requirements, and budget. As an example, if I need to achieve a 90-day retention period with a minimum local storage, I can configure Surveillance Bridge to keep my recordings locally for 2-3 days before pushing them to the cloud, where they can age for the remainder of the retention period. Whether data is local or in the cloud is totally transparent to security operators, as the recordings are streamed straight from the cloud. If I lose internet connectivity, I can't play back data that's in the cloud, but I can still access my local recordings. Meanwhile, any new recording continued to be safely buffered on the local storage. And as soon as internet connectivity is reestablished, Surveillance Bridge resumes its operations as if nothing happened. To manage cost for long-term retention period, Surveillance Bridge lets me take advantage of the archive tiers that some of the cloud providers offer. Recordings that have been archived will show in dark blue on the timeline. Some cloud providers offer archive tiers with instant access, but many don't. If the archived data needs to be rehydrated before it can be played back, Surveillance Bridge lets me know. In this case, I can easily select which cameras I want to restore and over what period of time. Surveillance Bridge handles everything in the background, and as soon as my recordings are available for playback, the timeline automatically turns light blue. In closing, Milestone, with Tiger Technologies' Surveillance Bridge for XProtect, is a necessary solution for achieving longer retention periods using the cloud's infinite scalability. It works with all supported Milestone releases and tiers, installs in few minutes, requires no reboot, and immediately starts extending local storage to the cloud. I no longer need to add archive locations when new cameras are installed or longer retention periods are required.